Hello, welcome to Grandma Ray Don't Play, and I'm Rachel. It's been a while since I came live. I thought I would come live and chat with you a little bit today. Is that okay? So I'll just wait until you guys come on in, and if you could please let me know in the chat that you can hear me so we can get started. I have a great topic that may interest quite a few of you, and hopefully we can get to the bottom line of this word called money. Yes, money. So it is good to know that finally, people who are on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI, as well as future people who will be retiring, are going to finally get an increase. You know, we need that increase because people are really struggling who are on a fixed income. Is that right? So I'm just waiting until some more check in. Me, myself, I think that it's long overdue to get this increase. And, you know, when you are on a fixed income, you really have no other money coming in. And it could really make a difference in you suffering or living a normal life or a life that is less stressful, right? So if you could just Nia, hi Nia. Oh, my granddaughter Nia is here. Oh, I'm so happy you're joining me, Nia. That's so nice. Can you hear me, Nia? So I'll know that you can hear me so we can get started. It's 4 in the chat now. If everybody could just say hello, then I'll know that you're here and we can roll with this. I know, and I need, oh, great. Nia can hear me. So we are in business. All right. So I'm going to get started then. Okay. The subject is money. You know, money interests all of us, and sometimes it can depress us, right? Depending on which end of the stick you're on with that. What would over $279 a month do to help those who are on SSI? Or if you're on Social Security, what would over $1,300 do to help you each month? Now, this is what is uh, that they may be offering that around the 15th of this month, maybe later. It might go into October before we actually hear. But anytime between the 15th of this month, September, and October, we're going to hear about the largest Social Security increase that they have done in many years. And so most people, once they're locked in for their Social Security amount or their SSDI, you know, it's usually around a 1%, maybe 2%, some small percentage a year increase, which is really nothing to help in regards to helping you survive, right? So I can speak for myself. I retired 3.5 years ago. And I'm telling you, it's very hard to survive on that small amount of money. You work your whole life and uh, you get a percentage of what you pay in, which does not help. So as a result, people have to depend on other people, live with other people to survive or go back to work. It's all a real concern, right? So why don't you give me your input? Let's say you're not on SSI or you're not on Social Security. How do you feel about the increase? Because the increase is going to also help you in the future, because when it gets raised for others now, that will also keep it at that level so that when you retire, you're going to benefit from that. You know, what would you consider being a good amount that people should get to catch up with the cost of living these days? Do you think um, a $1,300 is enough or $300 is enough? What do you think about that? And why should people who are disabled be penalized and get less money? I don't even know how they came up with that. Give me your thoughts on that. That would be very, very important for us to dive in on what people need. Okay, I know one thing. If you try to go and buy a car or anything of significance, that could be a problem. Definitely if the car costs a large amount of money, because then you wouldn't financially qualify. Now, you may qualify for a used car or a car that's a lot less money, but you couldn't make your own choices as to which car you want. You'd have to settle for whatever you could afford. And so in that aspect, what happens, let's say you get a car and you get into an accident and now you got to pay a deductible. Well, that deductible right there could really wipe you out for the month, because you only have so much left over when the check is small to carry you through. What are you thinking about that? Other things that I want to talk about is maybe you're not on SSI or Social Security, but maybe you yourself are having a financial struggle right now. And because of the high cost of food and high cost of rent and that sort of thing, how are you surviving through this whole ordeal that has now caused the nation to take a look at our finances? Are you struggling? Can you pay your bills? Do you have any extra money left over after you pay your bills? It's a problem. It really is. And, so for me, myself, I think twice about everything that I spend money on. And I think and try to figure out how I can make that cost cheaper, or can I do without? And that's something that we're all learning, right? So in the past few weeks, I did have some YouTube shows where I was showing you how to buy some food and break it down, or buy some meat and use less meat, but still feed the family of four, and things of that nature. And I did that because, I want to help in any way that I can to show you that you can survive even though it's rough. Okay. So let's say you have parents that are on Social Security. You must, if you don't know, but you should realize that it's a struggle for them too. They may be very prideful, and they may not let you know that they're hurting, but they are hurting. And you can tell the way that they're hurting is they may say things like, well, yeah, but we can't afford that. Or they may, when you go over there, they may not have sufficient food in the house, or they may drive the same old car that they've had for years. It's because they don't have it, because on Social Security, they're not making enough money to survive off of. What are you thinking out there? I'd like for you to chime in and let us know what's going on. Do you know a friend or a family member that may be on SSI or Social Security? And what are the stories that they tell you? The rent moratorium is about to end, and that's going to really affect a lot of people. and especially if you're on SSDI, SSI, or Social Security. Because if you couldn't pay your rent all this time, there's no way that you're going to be able to get out of that hole. So where are those people going to go? It's something that is really going to affect the United States. I would like everyone that's in the chat, if you could give a thumbs up, that would be great. That helps on YouTube. And chime in and let's talk about this situation. And if you think that you have an idea, put that idea out there, because the government, people, everybody needs to hear what you're thinking, because you make a difference, right? That's very, very important. You make a difference. Okay, so do you think that those who are getting Social Security or SSI, do you think that they have 3 months of money saved up for emergency on the little bit of money that they're getting? What do you think about that? You think they have that saved up? Julie is asking, are they offering an increase for Social Security? Yes, they are, Julie. They are offering an increase for Social Security, and they're basing the amount on, they're going to take the month of July, August, and September to determine like the cost of living. Okay, and they said that in the past 3 months we have really Social Security have seen that there's a poverty level problem, and that they need to increase based on what's happening with the economy today. So yes, Social Security, they're thinking that that's going to be around $1,300. Would that work for you, Julie? What are you thinking about that? And some people have children who are on Social Security, and that your child check would increase as well. Okay, everybody give a thumbs up, please. So nice for you to do that. I appreciate that. Julie, do you think that the increase of over $1,300 for Social Security, or $270 for people on SSI would be sufficient? What do you think? And do you know anyone out there who is dealing with this situation? I can speak for my own self. I thought I was going to be all great when I retired. I thought I was going to be able to sit home, watch TV, and just enjoy my retirement. Well, that didn't last long, because I couldn't survive. About the time I paid my car note and all my other bills, I had pennies left. I mean, pennies. I was trying to live out of $200 left over a month. It was crazy. I couldn't do it. I had to go to work. Okay, Julie is saying it. Yes, it would. It is it for everyone on Social Security? Yes, Julie, everyone on Social Security. Yes, just like, normally they give you that 1% or 2% increase in January. It's going to come in January. And yes, it's going to be for everyone on Social Security. Yes, Julie. Would that work for you, Julie? I mean, this is something that we should really be happy about. And even if you're not on Social Security or SSI or SSDI now, this is going to affect your future payment, because eventually you are going to retire, and this increase will help increase your retirement check. Now that's huge, right? So we all should have a say so in this matter, because That's really, really serious. And people deserve that. You know, food is through the roof. Gas is through the roof. I live in Massachusetts and I paid $3.09 for gas yesterday. That's huge. You know what I'm saying? And is it going to go up more? Probably so. Everything else is going up. Why not? Okay. Okay. So now we have Donish says, "Hey, Grandma Ray, it's Donna. When did you hear this?" Well, this has been on the news and on the internet for about maybe 6 months. Not sorry, 6 weeks, not months, 6 weeks. And also the reason why it's in the news is because we do get that increase in January every year. And so these 3 months are the months that they determine that increase. All right, let's see. Francis says, "Hi, Grandma Ray. How are you doing?" I'm doing fine, Francis. How are you? Francis, have you decided whether or not $1,300 is enough for people, or $279 is enough for people? Last January, when I got my increase from Social Security, I think that was less than, I think it was less than, I want to say less than $40. I mean, it was ridiculous, really, because what are you going to do with that? That's really the grocery store get that. So that's a problem. They need to take this way, way, way up so that people who are on SSI, SSDI, and retirement Social Security can live just like everyone that's working. You work your whole life. I worked my whole life. And, I think that we should get the same amount as if we were working, because we was used to that amount when we was working. If everybody can give a thumbs up in the chat, that would help tremendously. YouTube loves that. Okay, let's see. Mermaid said, "Hi, Grandma Ray from Florida." Oh, Florida is in the house. Hello there, Mermaid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's the weather over there in Florida today? I'm in Massachusetts. The weather was about 77 degrees today. It was a nice day. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cool. It was really just a nice, comfortable day. What's it like in Florida? Okay. And so, let's think about this. Maybe you have a child that is disabled and you can't go to work. And so, this increase would help dramatically, right? That would really, really help. It would help you to survive. And that's the whole idea. We have to learn how to survive. And people, I'm coming to the point where we might even have to start living together, like living with other family members or friends, so that we can live a little more comfortable. It's nice to have your own place and everything, but because of the expense out there, you might need some help. Okay, Mermaid said, "Hello, Ray." And oh, okay, Mermaid is in Daytona Beach, high 80s. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. 80 is cool. It's not too bad. We can live with an 80 degree, right? Oh, I thank you guys for the thumbs up. That's so nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, is anybody out there feeling the money struggle in life right now due to the high expense, the high cost of things? Have anybody checked out my videos where I show you how to buy some meat and break it down so that you can spend, like for instance, I bought a 40-pound case of chicken legs and I paid $21 and some change, and that broke it down to 51 cents a chicken leg. Awesome, right? So, we got to start doing stuff like that because we got to beat the prices at the market. And the way you do that, even if you don't get 40 pounds, you still going to look at that package of meat and try to figure out how you can break that down to get several meals out of that package so that you can not constantly go to the store and give the grocery store your money. That's crucial. Okay. Tamika says, hi, Grandma Ray from New York. Uh-oh, New York is in the house. Hey, welcome, New York. Welcome. So tell me about New York, Tamika. Do you know anyone over there that's on SSI or Social Security or SSDI? How are they surviving? Okay, Mermaid said, I bought Cheeto mac and cheese from Dollar Tree after your review. How did you like it? Oh, let us know. How did you like the Cheeto mac and cheese? Oh, we're waiting to hear that. Listen, guys. Now, the kids love mac and cheese. So the Dollar Tree got different flavors of Cheeto mac and cheese. They got the regular, they got the hot, and one that's really hot. You got to check it out and cook it for the kids and see if they like it. If they do, you're good to go for $1. Okay, I liked it. Oh, yes, I did. So anybody else try some of the mac and cheese from the Dollar Tree? I'm beginning to really love the Dollar Tree because they really have some of the same items that the grocery store have, but it's only $1. So yes, you may save a few pennies or 50 cents or $1, but every little bit adds up. And so why not go over there and shop first before you go to the grocery store and save, right? Mermaid said yummy. So she liked it. Okay, guys, there you go. You heard it. The Cheeto mac and cheese was liked by Mermaid. I made it. I like it. You guys got to go try it. $1 at the Dollar Tree. Okay. Tamika said, people that I know that's on SSI, they doing okay, but it could be a struggle at times. Yes, it is a struggle at times. And thank you, Tamika, for that. Let me tell you the struggle. The struggle is when they first get their money on for the month, whatever date they get their money on. They may be able to, and go out or order out or something like that. And then after that first week, it's downhill from that point on, because once they pay their bills and everything, they're back, with the struggle of being close to broke or having very little money left over to get through the month. So now they got to watch every penny until the next check come. That's a struggle that is not necessary. Obviously we can clearly see that our government has plenty of money because we had several payments from the government, and we can see how they're now helping with children, which I think is wonderful. Oh my God, I think that's so good. I think that parents deserve that. And if you know anyone that's receiving the child tax payments for the children, could you all chime in on that, please? I'm sure some people are out here who are receiving that. That is a blessing, a blessing, a blessing. So let's say you have two kids and you're getting $250 each child. That's $500. That's huge. That could be a good portion of a bill or rent or a car note or their clothing, or maybe you pay school tuition. That is a huge blessing. Huge. Let's talk about that. Oh, Tamika gave hearts. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, I think that this is going to be the biggest news yet. So they're thinking that this news on the increase on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI, they're thinking it's going to hit around the 15th of this month. But I'm going to give them between the 15th and the 1st of the month, just in case they're a little late. And so I'm going to be right there in front of the TV watching that day, because we need to know. We need to be able to plan on this money. Why not? Julie wants to know, how is the child tax distributed? Okay. So the child tax is actually sent to families either by way of a check or a direct deposit. So if you're receiving a paper check, they said you need to go on their site and you go fill out your information for you and your child and your bank information, and it will go to your bank instead of a paper check. So that's how that's distributed. And if I think if your child is under 6, you get $300 a month. And if your child is over 6, you get $250 a month. That's huge. It's really, really huge. I know this family that have 10 children. 10. Imagine how much they're getting. That's unbelievable. But very, very well needed, because, let's face it, if the parents are struggling, the kids are struggling. If the parents have sufficient amount of money, then they can take care of the kids can eat, and no, everybody's not struggling. If everybody give a thumbs up, that's wonderful. Thank you. Yes. So do you have any parents that is receiving retirement? Let's talk about that. When my mother was living, she was on she was on SSI, which turned into Social Security when she got older. And she used to always ask us, "Oh, you got $20?" And so, of course, we'd give her the 20, but it took me a little bit to figure out, well, why she asked him for 20. Obviously, she's in great need. And that's when I started questioning her. And I found out that she was on Social Security at that time, and it just wasn't enough. And I didn't realize that. And so I started helping her, and I was giving her $100 a month to help her get through the month. If you can help your parents, please help them. There's lots of times where you could help, because maybe you take your money and you go out to eat, or you order a bunch of stuff from Amazon, or whatever you do with your money. Well, think about those loved ones. Don't just say, "I love you," without showing it, because if they need help, help them. My mother was also buying very, very little food, because she, didn't really have a lot of money left over. This is really, really crucial that we get this huge increase for SSDI, SSI, and Social Security. Oh my goodness. Have you all really looked into how much things have went up recently? Have anybody taken note? In New York, how much is the rent in New York? In Florida, how much is the rent in Florida? Just to let people know. Mermaid, how much is rent in Daytona? Tamika, what's the average rent in New York? I live in Lowell, Mass, and a one bedroom is 1,500 and up a month. That's a lot. That's a lot, and sometimes we work a lot of hours to pay rent. Mermaid said one bedroom apartment is $1,200 a month. Now that's in Florida. Oh, okay. 1,200 is very reasonable. What's the cost of living in Florida, Mermaid? Yes, that's very reasonable. Maybe I need to move to Florida. I can do YouTube there. Why not? Might be something to consider. Okay. Yeah, so this increase is going to affect over 80 million people. 80 million people. Can you imagine that? 80 million people who are on SSI, SSDI, and Social Security is going to get an increase. That is awesome if this happens. I know it's going to happen because they've already talked about it. They just have to narrow down how much money it's going to be. And I'm looking forward to it because I can see where I can use the extra money. Let me show you how I can use the extra money. So I have a car note, and the car note, of course, eats at everybody's brain, right? Because no matter what, every month you got to dish that money out. And of course, you always wish that the car was paid so that you don't have to pay that car note. Well, I would start chopping away at that because that would make a big difference in my freeing up some money monthly, right? What would you do with the extra money if you were getting this extra money? What would you do? Or if your child is receiving the child tax credit, what are you doing with that money? Let us know. Okay? So, listen, I think that our president is doing a great job trying to meet our needs. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. It's good to know that someone is listening and hearing our concerns. So, what are your concerns about surviving in life? Could you let me know that? Is your concern that you just keep status quo, or is your concern that you want to just get ahead? What is your concern in life financially? How is this increase for SSDI, Social Security, or SSI, or future retirement money increase going to help you? Mermaid said, pay down debt. I'm on SS disability. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting a real testimony. So, Mermaid, when you pay down debt, is that going to give you some breathing room? Is it going to allow you to at least live a little and have a little extra? And do you have any savings on the SSI income that you have now? It was very hard when I was just dependent on a retirement check to have any extra money. There was no extra money. Hello, Randy. Randy says, hello, Grandma Ray. How are you, Randy? Good to see that you're in the chat. Yes. So, Randy, we're talking about people who are on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI, and we're expecting an announcement around the 15th to the 1st of the coming month, the 15th of this month to the 1st of the coming month on a large increase. And the increase, they said, for those who are on SSI is gonna get around $279, give or take $270, and people on Social Security is gonna get around $1,334, and this is a increase for each month going forward. Randy says, I draw SSI $794 a month and barely make it. Please just keep going up. I have no savings, no debt. See, now that's where the problem is, because everybody is getting so little. Randy is saying because he's getting only $794 a month that he can't save, because it takes all of that just to live, and if something tragic happened, what would he do? That's a problem. It's good you have no debt, Randy. That's excellent, because that would really be a problem. And for those who have debt and you're on a fixed income, you shouldn't have debt, because if you have a credit card, now the interest rate could be up to 23%, which means that you would never pay that debt off, because your money would be going to mostly the interest. And since you only have a little, you can't afford that. And so some people will think, well, because they only have a little, they got to use their credit card to survive. Well, no, the credit card is only going to stress you out, because you're not going to be able to pay it eventually. And now that's a problem. So definitely Randy has the greatest idea. Don't go into debt. And the struggle is real. It's real. Mermaid said, I will sleep better at night with less debt and save a little. Oh, saving is so important, guys. Oh, it's so important. And I'll show you how important it was. Remember back a year and a half ago when nobody was working and we were all at home, we were worried and scared to death. We didn't know what was going to happen next, when we couldn't find toilet paper in the store, when what else we couldn't find? Laundry detergent, occasionally paper towels, sanitizer, all of that stuff was a big concern, because and prices was going up. We have to at least be able to save a little, because we don't know the unknown. Okay. And some savings do help you, like Mermaid say, sleep better at night. I know when I was trying to manage $200 left over for the month. Oh, and let me give you the rundown on that. Oh, you ain't going to believe it. I had to pay gas for the car out of that, food, any expense that comes up, anything whatsoever that I needed, even if it was a new pair of socks, I had to pay all of that out of that 200. Now, that was just impossible. So it made me very, very nervous and afraid. And that's not good. So that's why we need this increase. Okay. And if they give us this increase, let's please don't just splurge. Try to remember where you came from, so that you can save, so that you're not going there again. Is that right? Okay, everybody give a thumbs up. That would be great. So I want to say this. If someone gives us, the government gives us this increase, what would you do different? That's the question I'm going to put to you. What would you do different in life? Luz, hi, I'm going to pay my car. Oh, I know the car is a problem. Let me tell you how much a car is a problem. Oh my God. The car note, excise tax, gas, oil change, maintenance, even to just buy some tires is out of control. 4 tires can cost you $800. On and on and on. A car is extremely expensive. So at least if you can get rid of the note or pay down so that you can refinance the note so that you can pay less a month, then the car it would be okay. But you know, we all need transportation to get around. We got to get to the doctor, to the grocery store, appointments and stuff like that. We all need a car. A car is extremely expensive. Julie says that she's going to put hers in her savings. Yes, great idea. Great idea. Oh my goodness, yes. And just keep adding it up. And you know, sometimes when you're trying to save some money, it looks like you're barely saving, but you just keep on adding up. Then eventually it'll go to 100 and then 200 and then 300. Just keep on saving because every time you add it, it makes you feel better. It encourages you to do more. Saving is the key. It really is the key because life is very, very, very expensive. Okay? And let's consider, you know, should you be living with someone, or maybe you should see if you can share expenses. Now, this is an idea that I had that I thought would be a great idea. Now, let's say you lived in the same building with a family member or a friend. Why couldn't you all share your Wi-Fi and split that in half? Or let's say you have a Netflix. Why can't you share that? Or I think it's what else? Oh, Hulu. Why can't you share that and split that expense? You see how you can cut these expenses down? Let's start thinking that way. Okay? Mermaid said, I will stock some extra in my house, food, toiletries. Yes, and that could help you be comfortable, right? Okay, like does gave dollar signs. Okay, I like the dollar sign picture. Nice. Yes, you know, just to be able to stock up on some things that you could use later is very helpful, because when we couldn't stock up on toilet paper and paper towels, we seen how important that was. Very, very, very important. Okay? And so these are the things that we took for granted before, but now that we're going to have some, you know, cash coming, that's going to work. That is definitely going to work. I'm all smiles. Can't you tell? Okay, and like this is saying that they're remodeling the house right now and could use some extra cash. Oh yes, I agree on that, because I've been there, and there are times when you're remodeling the house, you don't know what you're going to run into until you run into it, and you may think that it's going to cost one thing, but when you get over to Home Depot, you're going to find out that you need a lot more money. So good. Some extra cash will be coming, but they said that it probably will not come until January when the regular increase takes place because the government can't handle the overload. Okay. Like this is saying, got a picture of a key. Okay. I key. I'm not following that one. Help me out. Okay. Idas is saying thank you. Thank you. Appreciate all your comment and feedback. So what else would you guys do with the extra money? And what are you doing with the child tax money that you're receiving? I want to hear from that. You got grandkids or you got children of your own. What are they doing with the extra money? I know some people, they're just wasting it. They're having parties and all of that, wasting it. You shouldn't waste it because this is a gift that is to help you and the children out. Oh, I just said, this is how my name is pronounced, Queen Mother. Oh, okay. I give you that. Okay. And invest. I agree. Invest is good. Invest in yourself. Invest in what you think is going to bring some um, fruitfulness back to you. Invest is good. Ida is saying Aikida. Okay. What does that mean? Help me. And I appreciate everybody's feedback and comments. Okay. So, how come it took the government so long to come to this realization? Is it because of our new president who is pushing to help us? Why is it that it took all this time and we haven't had an increase with SSDI, SSI, or Social Security in many years? Why does it take so long? And tell me why. I don't understand why. I know why. Because we didn't have no one out there pushing for us. But we have a president that's pushing for us now. He is willing to really take a look at the poor people and give us a hand. Okay. Lagda says, Akita means sweeter than sugar cane. My dad named me. He's Hindu and has Japanese uh, originality. Oh, okay. That's a very nice name. Wow. Very nice. And that's true. Okay. Wonderful. He actually cares. Oh, that's so nice to have uh, family members that cares, a mom and a dad. I know you are thankful. That's so nice. Very nice. It's good to be able to look back and see wonderful thoughts on your parents and loved ones. That means a lot. It helps you get through life, right? So if everybody in the chat can give a thumbs up, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. YouTube loves it. caring about, what does that mean? Idea. Oh, I know your dad is great. He said his dad is great too. I know he is. And it shows how much you love him. That's beautiful. Very, very important. Very important. So, one of the things, and he says his dad is great too. Okay, and if anyone out there haven't subscribed, could you please subscribe? I would love to have you and welcome you, and give a thumbs up while you're at it, so that we can keep in touch. It's very, very important to keep in touch. And I like to once in a while come on here and talk about things that really mean something to you. So Mermaid is asking, am I worried that inflation will keep rising? Yes, inflation is going to keep rising. That's why we're getting an increase. And yes, I'm worried because it seems like no matter how many hours you put in, it's not enough. No matter how you cut back, it just seems like it's not enough. And so yes, inflation is eating at our money constantly, and that's a problem. Randy, gotta go pick my son up. Good night. God bless you, Grandma Ray. Good night, Randy. Tell your son I said hi. Mermaid says, do you think the increase will be enough? The increase will never be enough because we're so far behind, and they're only going to give us so much. But we're going to be grateful for this increase. We haven't had one in so many years that made a difference, that we're going to be grateful for that, and we're going to hopefully pray that they give us some more in the future. Julie says, did you say the increase is the month or in January? Okay, they're making the decision as to how much we're going to get. They should make it around the 15th of September this month, but it could be up until October 1st. It's somewhere between those two dates. And you will not see the money until January, they said, because the government don't have the capability of changing, like putting out the checks before then. You know how it was when the government tried to issue the other payments that we got. Some people got it, other people didn't. The other people got it many months later. So you won't see it until January, like the normal time that we would get an increase. Lagda says, we have to count our money differently. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We have to, um, now is the time that you can start thinking about what you're going to do with your increase. Because, when you just get it instantly, you don't really have time to think about it and go through that process. But now that you have time, it's a good idea to think that through now and figure out what you're going to do with that increase so that you don't mess it up. So, take a pencil and paper, and, if you want to save some, say, okay, I'm going to save X amount. I'm going to pay X amount on my car or supplies or whatever you're going to do with it. Another thing that you could do is you can pay a little extra portion towards your rent each month, so that when maybe 4 months come by, you've already paid an extra payment, which would then free you up for that month. That's something you could do, or just pretend like you never paid the extra and just keep paying, so that you can get ahead, right? That's very, very important. There's lots of options that you can do when you know you got some coming, right? Okay, so listen, me, myself, I think I want to be an example, and I'm going to let you know, how about that, what I'm going to do with mine at the time, so that you can see from an example what I'm going to do. Because I think that's very, very important for others to look and see, okay, Grandma Ray didn't just waste hers, she did X, Y, and Z. And that's very, very, very important. And you guys don't forget to watch my channel on all the shows that I've done recently, showing you how to save money on your grocery bill, how to stretch a meal, how to take 2 chicken legs and feed 4 people. You know, all of that stuff adds up. And so when it adds up, it's money in your pocket, because if you normally have 4 chicken legs on the table, and you can now just do it with 2, you just saved. Like the says, do you foresee adult children moving back in with their parents? Yes, I can see that. I really can see that, because people are going to finally figure out it's cheaper to live together. And if people can't pay their rent, especially when this rent moratorium ends, oh, that's definitely going to happen. And I think that that's good in a lot of ways. You know, sometimes parents are lonely and they need the company. And then sometimes parents need the financial help, and maybe the family needs financial help. So I think that that would be all really, really, really good. It's a win all the way around. And once that unit is together like that, then I think that they can all figure out how they can move forward together. That's very important. Like the says, I love your cooking videos. Oh, thank you. Is there anything that you would like for me to cook for you? I'm all ears. Anyone? Yes. Okay. Well, what would that be? Like that. What would you like for me to cook for you? You know, cooking is my passion, and I like cooking, and I like sharing with you guys, and I like uh, making sure that you know how to survive, how to stretch your buck, how to pay your family. That's very important. Oh, you know what? Julie wants honey curry chicken. Now, I have made curry chicken before, but I never made honey curry chicken. I'm going to write that down. That one I am definitely going to do for you, Julie. Let me write that down right now. Honey curry chicken. Okay, you got it, Julie. Ida wants homemade crust. What kind of crust? Pie crust? Ida? Okay, and Ida, not Ida, I'm sorry, like the wants uh, turkey meatloaf. Okay. Okay. So, um, I already have pie crust, homemade pie crust on my channel. So if you just go put in Grandma Ray pie crust, you'll come to that. And Julie says thanks. And And I already have on my channel mustard, collard green, and kale greens together. So if you just put that in, you'll come to that video. And Mermaid says, thanks, Grandma Ray. I love you. You're the cat's meow. Have a good night. See you again soon. Okay, thank you. Good night. I already have peach cobbler on my channel. So if you just put in my name, Grandma Ray Don't Play, and peach cobbler, you're going to come to that. And the homemade crust is on there as well. Okay. Yeah. Look some more. It's on there. I have it all. I think I have, if I'm not mistaken, I think I have over 400 and some videos. So I've covered quite a bit. I don't have it all yet, but I'm working on it. I'm definitely working on it. Okay. I have some great ideas for you guys too. So, you know how the cost of hamburger ground beef is through the roof now? I have figured out how to solve that problem. So, look for that video coming up real soon. Okay. I'm going to show you how to solve that problem. Oh, you better believe I'm working on it. Okay. Because these prices are not going to get us. Okay. Turnips. Okay. Now that I have not made on my channel. I think I made turnips with greens, but I'll do turnips. Okay, so listen, guys, we've been on for an hour. I've enjoyed the chat with you guys. Do you have any last comments that you want to say to me? It's been wonderful as usual serving you guys. Everybody give a thumbs up if you haven't done so, please. Okay, so like I said, I soak mine, talking about the turnip, I guess, in salt water to lessen the taste. Oh, okay. Have a great night. You too. We'll donate soon. Well, thank you. That's very nice. Appreciate it. Okay, guys. So until next time, I'll be over here working hard for you. And just remember, look out for the announcement around the 15th of this month or a few days after that, and see what increase people are going to get for SSDI, SSI, and Social Security. I will be all over it. Trust me. I might even come back on live and let us brag and talk about it. How about that? Because it's going to be deserving, very deserving. Okay, guys. Love you. Talk to you soon. Okay? All right. Bye bye.